Hello, I'm Tay. And a thought that came into my mind this week was being boring, right? Like, and what do I mean by being boring? Okay. So, I guess I mean from a personality standpoint, like you being a boring person. And I got my little notes in front of me. So, is it a bad thing, being boring? I guess it depends on how you look at it. But I think it's also like a misinterpretation of that person because you might not like the things that they like. And one thing that I don't like is when people are like overly judgmental about people with different viewpoints, stances, interests. We're all different. We're all going to have like different experiences in life, and it's going to cause us to like different things, but it doesn't necessarily mean that we're quote unquote boring because we don't enjoy the same things. I guess it could be, but is it a bad thing? And like, sorry, I didn't mean to yawn. And like, the thing that had me thinking about being a boring person is because I don't know if it was that I misinterpreted it or not. I'm not too sure. One of the ways that I took a particular thing said to me was that I was a boring person. And throughout my life, I've been called boring many different times. And I can't stand it when people call me boring because I don't view myself as that, I have interests that might not be very typical, but it doesn't necessarily mean I'm boring. It just means that we like different things. And it just kind of makes me think, well, when you have someone who has those thoughts of you, you might just want to surround yourself with, the voice crack. You might just want to like surround yourself with people who have similar interests. That way, no one thinks anyone's boring because we all like this type of thing, whatever it is. And sorry, I'm looking through my notes because I don't want to lose track, and it's like 4 a.m. right now. So, but yeah, like when you're with people and you have that shared sense of identity in that one aspect, you feel less isolated because, there's people that are just like you and they get you. They get it. They understand you. And I guess we'll get a little personal. I kind of had the thought of, well, damn, do these people not enjoy being around me? And I did feel a little bit lonely there. Like when you're around other people and you still feel extremely soul-crushingly lonely. I've had that feeling ever since high school. It's not fun. But it has gotten better over time. And one of the things that has helped with that is being around people that you have a lot in common with. Though, I will say, it is cool being around people with different interests than you as well. You don't just want to be around the same type of person as you, because then you won't see different perspectives and you won't see different things. That would be the negative thing of like surrounding yourself too much with people who like the same or have the same worldview as you, or whatever it is. There was a video that I watched this week. It was one of those like video essays, and the dude was talking about the movie Taxi Driver, and he was talking about how the guy was he was really lonely, and there was one girl who seemed to get him and understand him, and as soon as that connection was lost, that understanding, he just felt super isolated afterwards. And I would say, like, it is a good thing being around people who like the same things as you and trying to find that community. And I know that nowadays it's a bit more tricky, especially with everyone being online and everything. It's easier said than done. But a thing that I've learned so far is that you need people. You can't do everything by yourself. And this weird notion of, oh, you gotta do it alone. You need to do it by yourself. Just pull yourself up by your bootstraps. It's said by rich people who have that community who could pick them up and give them advice and help them out, and they didn't do it alone. They didn't do it by themselves. And if you feel isolated, that's not good. You need to find a sense of community. That way, you don't feel that way anymore. And that way you can get more done in life. Because the stupid notion, it's stupid to me. It's a really stupid idea to me. A lot of people do not get by in life by themselves. That's a lie. That is a lie. I don't know who made it up, but it's a lie. It's a lie. This hyper individualism, I'm gonna do it all by myself. I'm just such a strong, individualistic individual. Bro, get some friends. The freak. That mentality makes me so upset. Like, yes, there are certain things that you have to do alone in life, of course. But, like, don't try to do everything by yourself. It's also very boring doing everything by yourself. And I understand that some people have the personality to, more so be by themselves. And they're fine like that. But most people, we need a sense of community. Okay? You need that. Surround yourself with people who like you. And of course you like them. Like it's mutual, right? Because, this isolation that we're feeling nowadays, the lack of third places. Yeah. Third places in real life. It's harder now. But all I can really say is just, there's a lot of different types of people in the city that you might live in. You never know who you'll meet. Joining different little clubs, or not clubs, classes. There we go. Classes. To kind of, well, no. The classes would be something that you're interested in. It has to be something you're interested in, because whoever you meet in that class, hey, that's like one thing y'all have in common, and you bond with that person over that. And that's why it's cool to have, like, you know, different interests, because you meet different people that way. Anyway, I was talking about being a boring person, but I went off on a tangent there. I don't think it's a bad thing. I think it's the way the question is framed. It seems like it's bad, but it just depends on that different personalities involved with each other. Sometimes they mix, sometimes they don't, and that's just life. And I just had to think about that this week. Like, yeah, like, in the example of me again, like, you know, if I'm not as entertaining as someone likes, then I'm not gonna change myself, because like I like how I am personally, and if it comes off as cocky or arrogant, I really don't care. I think I'm pretty cool. And if people don't see it, then it's okay. There's no hard feelings, because different people are gonna like different things, you know? Like, we're not rated E for everybody. We're just not. And that's okay. I remember one girl said that, I think it was in one of those videos. What was their channel name? I don't know what their channel name is. They'll do those like rank my outfit things. Yeah, whatever. Anyway, we're not rated E for everybody. Some people will view us as boring, other people won't. But if you dwell in that, right, and you just like distance yourself from everyone, then like you'll end up making yourself isolated. No, that wasn't the point I was making. I don't know. My thoughts are disgruntled. It's 4 a.m. I don't know, like I wrote down notes and everything. I'm just kind of like, my mind feels a little empty. But the resolution to the plight of being boring is that you're not boring. You just need to be around people who like the same thing as you. That way you don't feel isolated, because you can very much feel isolated when you're around people, because you're not feeling that connection. And I haven't watched all of Taxi Driver. It was just like a little video essayist that I did watch, but that was an interesting thing to look into. So, let me know you guys' thoughts. I feel like I brought up a lot of different topics within this. I tried to keep it more cohesive, but I'll see y'all later. Bye.